We're on this computer. Pause it. Play. No, I don't want to play it. I want to record. Okay, it's recording.
Okay, great.
That's recording. Minimize you. You cannot minimize Zoom
when you are recording this.
All right, fine. We'll just, okay, now we're recording here.
Great.
It's only going to show the camera right now.
Okay, cool. I'm down.
So if we go here and then we do the rules of lawn, or do you want to do your lilies?
Well, let's do rules of lawn. We'll get onto lilies thereafter.
Okay,
mate.
This will be quick. All right, I guess we'll just start. I'm B-Flame.
And I am B-Rad.
And we are the Horticulture. Thanks for coming along for the ride. On this episode of the podcast, we're going to go over an article in the Central Open Spaces blog, the Conservancy Garden Park blog. So this is part of, we had Cynthia B on the podcast where she talked to us about localscapes. She mentioned this, and we didn't really get to dive into it, but I knew it was there, so I want to go find it, and here we are.
So would that be the planned element portion of this?
Yes. So there's 5 rules that you should abide by with lawn that helps water less and make it more functional, so you're not wasting a lot of space with lawn, watering it, not using, okay, so these are the rules that you kind of can abide by. So by saying a planned element, so you're wanting something that looks good. It's not just carpet. We need something. It shouldn't just be the default.
But I do like carpet.
I do in my house, I guess. It's living carpet. That's basically
it is, yeah, living carpet.
What we've done. So by making lawn a planned design element, it's not the default ground cover.
Okay.
So there's other things you can use. So you got to think about being able to use other stuff.
What if it was, I'm thinking shag carpet from the 70s. I'm down with that. Oh, that's your buffalo grass. Sorry.
That's true, Scooby.
Yeah. Scooby-Doo. Oh, sorry. Anyway, yeah.
So yeah, so that was rule 1.
Rule 1 is planned elements. So you need to, there needs to be a plan, a reason,
yes,
right?
Yes.
It's not the default. That's pretty much what you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
It's the thing that you like about lawn. That it's that dead space. When you have other things, it's like the central space,
open space.
Well, no, like you were saying, it's just you don't. It's that
I like
relaxes your
space.
Negative space.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But see, negative space though is zero
anything
living. Yeah, we're talking straight to mulch.
Oh, okay. Well, I consider grass helping with that element. Okay, so it's like. But it's still alive.
It's alive, but it's it's more of an open feel.
Yeah, that's what I kind of feel about it. That's how you can use it in a design.
Okay.
Or how it is supposed to be used in a design.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is that kind of negative space where you don't need to concentrate on it. Yeah.
Well, absolutely, and according to the picture, just right down to the left or the right hand side.
So we can share.
You've got you have a shrub or a tree that that is like the focal point, right? And grass is the not focal point.
Yeah. So here is so people can see
it's the island
number 1.
Grass.
So here is the picture that Brad was talking about. And then here is number 1. Number 2 is unobstructed. So here you have a tree, a planting area really in the middle of the lawn, where you have lawn surrounding it. And then you have this little itty bitty, like the kidney. In Utah, we have the kidney, the kidney shaped planting bed.
Yeah.
where it's such a bad design in functionality. Because how are you watering this? You're just watering all
with the grass.
with the grass,
Yeah.
exactly, and that's exactly what you're not supposed to do, because this stuff in here does not need that much water.
So rule of thumb is, whenever possible, keep those things out of the lawn.
Yep. So that's
so create a border and put that stuff in it.
Exactly.
Okay.
So here's number 3, not less than 8 feet wide. So here you have a strip of grass that is definitely not 8 feet wide. And so how are you irrigating this? So the whole point of this is to help have it as a design element, have it look pretty, have it functional, and have it be watered less and save water. So by watering this piece of grass, you're totally overspraying everything.
And that was what I was going to explain real quick is you could water that from a sprinkler head from the other side of the pathway.
Right. But you're watering the pathway.
Yep. And there's I guess that would be waste, right?
Yeah, that would be waste.
Okay.
Because you can see it was wet and then it's going to evaporate off. And having curves too. I don't know if that's one of the rules. Maybe that's one of the rules. But having a sprinkler waters best on right angles, or like squares, not circular. To be able to adjust the sprinkler head, it's really hard to get it to not waste water in a circle.
So it doesn't spray into the driveway or out on the sidewalk or the road. Okay,
so corners like this are really hard to irrigate anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's going to say that one in there.
Curvilinear.
Curvilinear. Thank you. It's beautiful.
I am the walrus. Sorry.
So yeah, and see here it is. It serves no purpose.
So
yeah, serves no real purpose.
No grass areas that are less than 8 feet wide, and that is a good.
My guess is that this lawn is being watered from the other side, because you can see how wet the sidewalk is.
That's what I would do if I didn't want to hit the shrubbery. If I wanted to avoid that section, I would have watered across the pathway.
So it's either one or the other. So you're watering it from the shrubs, or you're watering it from the other side of the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Either way, not good. So here's it. Number 4, lawn is not a path. So traffic areas, it should be, this is really hard to irrigate. You can see how it's not 8 feet wide. You could just cut this off right there and make this a stone path and eliminate the grass.
I remember back in the day when we would talk about potentially having grass pathways and making sure that it's no wider than the width of your lawnmower, right? Just to make things quick and simple and easy.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. You run into irrigation problems with that situation unless you had a dripper system underneath that sod, that turf grass.
Yeah.
Which would be totally rad, but
because there's no way with a pop-up you're going to be able to irrigate just the lawn as much as it needs to eliminate the waste, right? Yeah. If it was on a separate zone, I guess technically you could like water it with drip line underneath. But I mean, it's trying to get to the point of, the number 4, not a path. Lawn is not a good surface for a path, eliminating both work and waste by hardscaping the path.
Dude, and hardscaping is freaking awesome.
It would look great.
Love it.
Imagine that with like, what are they called?
Well, there's flagstone.
Concrete.
There's
concrete pavers. Is that what I was trying to say?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I forget.
Yeah. Concrete pavers.
Yeah. Or like flagstone would be great. And then you can implement little things in between the flagstone.
Think about this. If you've got little kids running on that hardscape, hey, mommy, daddy, and then boom, trips, skin knee. Dude, the grass isn't going to skin the kid's knee.
That's true.
But then they will have been void of that experience of like toughening up and like.
Well, you could use a gravel path. That's also permeable. There's a lot of different kind of paths you can make. But yes, putting it in here, it would help eliminate the need for watering. And that's the whole point of this, is how to reduce the water use and still make it look aesthetically pleasing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
So number 5, no lawn on slopes. This is just runoff, especially here in Utah where we have a lot of clay soil. To irrigate, those were the problem spots we had the most at the U, because it's on the bench, and to water it, you have to water it a ton to get it to go green. So then you have like a puddle at the end. So to just get it watered enough on the slopes, you have to water extra.
Yeah.
And then the bottom is getting all that runoff.
It's getting more than it needs.
More than it needs.
Less than it needs on the slope and the upper portion.
Yeah. And then what use is this? Like a slope. You can't use it for anything.
You can't use it. It does look nice, but you can't use it.
And so that's what these 5 rules: use, and then saving water. And one thing that I remember Cynthia saying was, if you can put a lawn chair on it and sit on it, then that's okay. But anything other than that,
yeah.
So you're not using it for anything. There's no real purpose for this other than the only people that are on this grass in this picture are the people mowing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yep.
Yeah, the mowing would just be a nightmare. And aerating, good night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It serves no recreational purpose. Okay, so that's it.
That's great.
So those are the 5 rules of lawn. Thank you, Localscapes.
All right. Cool.
And with that, we will leave you.
Good night and goodbye.
See you later, Brad.
Later.
See, that was only 15 minutes. 13 minutes.
Sorry, man, for like bringing up all those like random ass like side notes.